What's up, everybody? Will is in the house, the Fight Guys podcast. We got our boy BC, Brandon Carl in the building. We got Ben the Stash. I don't know where Neko is. Maybe he's just pissed off that Francis Ngannou got the win. I'm not really sure, but he should be here anytime. There he is. Look, I talked him up. You see that? What's up, bro?
Yo.
Where you been, man?
I was sleeping.
This dude was sleeping.
I don't have any extravagant answer. I was dead asleep.
I feel you, bro. You doing all right, man?
I am. Just overslept. My fault, guys.
It's all good. We were actually just doing the intro, man. So here you are, bro, ready to kick it with us, man. We were just I was just saying, man, maybe Neko got upset that Francis got the decision and decided he wasn't coming on tonight.
Did you not come on because Moreno lost?
No, I'm on here, bro. I'm on. Man. Moreno lost, bro, but I'm good with it. I'm okay.
All right, then.
I'm at peace with it.
All right, then.
All right, Neko. Getting kind of crabby, man.
So what's your point? Did you get the same amount of picks wrong as me?
Yeah.
All right, then.
All right, Neko, you're kind of crabby, man. What's up?
What do you mean? You've been talking shit all day.
I've been talking shit. I just said I hope you're ready, man. I hope you have
You've
your
been talking shit all day. Brandon too. Brandon too, but he's being passive about his shit talk. You just coming at my head like I'm ready to slap you up. I'm ready to slap you up. I said I'm gonna bring. But you don't have.
BC, what did I really say? What did I really say? I didn't say slap him. I said I'm gonna bring the what?
First of all, I don't like the way you
what I look like sitting around here knowing what your quote is.
Up, man.
Huh?
Came in the peach colored shirt. You're supposed to be mellow.
First of all, shut the fuck up, both of you. Second of all, Will, you don't got a goddamn thing to say to me about anything.
I do.
You don't have shit to say to me about nothing.
We're gonna get into.
I got both those picks right. That's all I'm saying.
That is true. BC
I don't give a good goddamn.
This dude.
That's great. Facts are facts, though.
Well, the facts are facts, and you definitely didn't call Francis winning like that.
So what? I didn't have to call things. I didn't have to call a ball quarter pocket. We still
facts. You said facts are facts.
Yeah.
Y'all damn sure didn't see Francis winning like that.
And I never said Francis was going to knock him out.
And it's widely disputed that he even won that fight.
It's not.
I only know one record. That's the UFC. You got the W.
Very widely disputed that he even won that fight.
No. By who? Cyril?
What are you talking about? Should we do this right now?
Whose hand got raised?
Do we want to start with Chael?
Whose hand got raised?
Do we want to start with Chael?
Whose hand got raised?
You said I'm the only person who thought that Francis didn't win. It's not a fact. People who are widely respected in this game did not think Francis won that fucking fight.
Wait. You said Chael. Chael also said that Brandon Moreno won his fight.
He did say that.
Chael second place on it.
Everybody said that was a close fight, and it was. And Cyril also got robbed. Facts.
He didn't get robbed.
Facts.
Okay.
We didn't
do enough to win the championship.
We think Figgy won 1, 3, and 5. We don't know. It was a close fucking fight. People were dropped. It was all over the place. Very tough to score. Cyril got robbed. Period.
Cyril didn't get robbed.
We're gonna sit here and talk about 8 minutes full time in a 25-minute fucking fight. No.
There's a very easy answer to this. Ben, you ready for this? BC, you ready? It's proof that Francis won the fight and Cyril didn't get robbed. You ready? No, that's not the one. Hold on. Let's see. Hold up. Where's it at?
You fumbled it, Will.
I did. There it is.
So how you doing tonight?
There it is.
Brother. How you doing?
Doing good.
That's the fans' vote.
What the fuck does that even mean, Will?
Live while it's happening, the fans vote for who won the fight.
I don't give a fuck. What the hell does that mean? How is that proof?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm very serious.
Because that's the popular opinion of what happens.
So the fuck what? The more popular
Cyril one-on-one card, okay, that doesn't mean anything.
Popular fighter got more votes. Of course people are gonna vote for the person that they already picked to win the fucking fight.
Why would they pick Cyril in the first 2 rounds?
Oh my God!
In 3, 4, and 5, just like the judges did.
Fuck out, because it was a complete and total wash at that point. There was no way you could vote for Francis to win any of those fucking rounds. That was clear cut. The same way 3 and 4 were kind of clear cut for Francis.
Mm-hmm.
That 5th round, no sir. No fucking sir.
Okay, let me ask you this.
No
Why
way
do
that you lose the exchange on the feet. You give up the takedown. You give up top position. He sat back for a fucking heel hook. He was on top.
He fucked up.
Bro, Francis did not win that fucking fight.
Go ahead, Ben. What's up?
So typically, the way they judge a round is by who made the attempt to finish the fight, right? And who did more damage. If you're looking at it from one end, like the only attempt to finish the fight made in that 5th round was that heel hook attempt. The most danger anybody was in at any point was when Cyril went for that heel hook. So you could argue that Cyril won that 5th round regardless of if he got held down for 3 minutes or not.
I'm not going to sit here and say Francis won that fight. I'm not going to sit here and say he out wrestled Cyril in the 5th round, because it's bullshit.
He did out wrestle Cyril
down, and Cyril sat back for a fucking heel hook. He rode out position after a dumb fucking mistake, but he did not do jack shit to win that 5th round. He won 3 and 4 only. At most, that's a fucking draw. At most.
Okay, let's look at the.
First
of all, let's look at the stats.
You did the eye test, Will. You know what the eye test is. You saw that 5th round. Francis did jack shit in that 5th round. Be real. Be real.
He controlled the position for 2/3 of the round.
Stop.
Okay, let's go to the.
Because you're better than that. Stop.
Let's go to the scorecard.
He got out of the submission though.
Stop it. You're better than that too. Stop.
He got out of the
scorecards.
That's great. He did get out of it. But how close was his leg to being in trouble? How tight was the heel hook before he got out of it?
It didn't look like he was hurt at all.
Solid fucking attempt of the night. Period.
So what?
Francis
didn't work.
Shit. Y'all was all looking for that big right hand. It was never there. It was never any fucking danger at all. Cut it out, man. Stop.
So wait a minute. So look. So literally, he laid on his back for 3 rounds, and you want to give him the fight?
Yep.
Regardless of what Francis did on top, he couldn't get off the bottom. Every time he got taken down, he stayed on the ground.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter if you care or not. The fact is, he's on the fight.
So I'm going to talk for me. I'm going to talk for me. I said I got to live with their decision, but I still don't think he won the fucking fight. The same way.
But you're not going to yell over facts like it's not a fucking fact.
Everybody talks shit about Johnny Hendricks and George St. Pierre. Why can I not do the same thing right now? He didn't do shit.
Johnny Hendricks and George St. Pierre.
At the very least, GSP is getting off in significant strikes and total fucking strikes. Right. At the very fucking least. Francis didn't even do that.
Okay.
He didn't control shit.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Now, calm down, Nico. Calm down.
I will not calm down.
You calm down. Calm down, Nico. No. Don't be belligerent. Just let's talk this out.
We're not talking nothing else.
We are going to talk it out. So, look, according to these scorecards, Cyril won the first 2 rounds on 2 out of 3.
Clear cut.
Okay. There you go. Then the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. What's up, Ben?
He only won on 2 of the 3 scorecards the first 2 rounds. How could you give any of the first 2 rounds to fucking Francis?
The second round, the first round, one of the judges gave to Francis.
Let's look at who we're dealing with here.
And stat-wise, it was very close.
Let's look at who we're dealing with here.
Who are we dealing with? Judges. Okay. So let's look at the stats.
How many times we came up on this show and talked shit about the judges?
That's fine. Okay, so look, first round, it was 12-15 in significant strikes in Cyril's favor. Then it was, let's see, I'm gonna have to pull that up because I can't see it that well. But I know that Cyril outlanded him 3 out of the 5 rounds.
Fuck besides outlanding him, Will. What was the percentage? How often did Cyril make Francis miss? Let's talk percentages too.
Okay,
I'm looking for numbers, brother. Like, stop,
I am.
bro. It is what it is. Y'all called the right guy, but it doesn't mean your guy looked good in winning, quote unquote. He did not.
Hey man, not every fight you win is going to be pretty, man.
All right, facts. But I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna say what I feel. I don't think that he won that fight. The day I chose him to lose versus Stipe, he knocked Stipe the fuck out. I came up here and said, I'm so happy for the fucking guy. He did great. He looked like a different, complete fucking fighter. All that shit. I'm gonna come up here now and say he got gifted that fucking fight because he got gifted the fight. What's the issue with that?
You want to admit that Cyril didn't do enough to win the fight?
Have I sang his praises picking against him? So why do I have to do it now?
Why do we have to validate anything you say then?
No, you don't. Y'all are the ones getting.
That doesn't make any sense.
Shit. Y'all are the ones getting in the group talking shit, and I'm telling you, I'm not backing down. He looked like he didn't win the fifth.
You don't have to. That's fine.
Period.
So now let's go to another fight, Nico, because you did think Jose Aldo beat Chito Vera, even though Chito Vera outlanded him from his back in the third round. Jose Aldo landed one strike. And Chito Vera sat there and elbowed him and punched him in the face for the whole third round.
And I said he looked like shit in the third.
And you said Jose Aldo won the fight, and that was
he won the fight.
That was the round that sealed the deal. It was 1-1 going into the third. How did he win the third?
He got his shit off. Not in the third. Not in the third. He still got his shit
punch.
off.
No, hold on. One punch, and he was on top for 3 minutes in the third round. He was on top 3 minutes, landed one strike the entire round. One of two strikes. Go ahead, look it up. One of two strikes in the third round. Jose Aldo. But you still said he won, even though Chito Vera in the second round tuned him up and won that round, and Jose Aldo won the first. And in the fight, Chito Vera outlanded him, I think, by 20 significant strikes total. Outlanded him every single round, but you still think Jose Aldo won that fight because he's your guy. But then when it's not your guy, then it doesn't work that way. Come on, man. You can't have the bias because it's a fighter you pick.
I can have whatever bias I want. I don't think he won the fifth round. From my eye test, Francis did not win the fifth round.
But did Jose Aldo win the third round? Did Jose Aldo win the third round?
Looked like shit.
But did Jose Aldo win the third round?
Look like shit. Did Jose Aldo fight last night? Or are we talking about Francis?
No, we're talking about you.
Like shit.
I think you're having recency bias, and also the fact that you picked Jose Aldo to win.
I think that you're trying to ride the wave of them gifting a fighter, that you chose the title, even though he didn't win, and you're trying to sit around here right now like he's some fucking world beater. And he did not look good in the fifth round. He did not look great.
He didn't look great in the entire fight. I said that.
He did absolutely nothing.
But he definitely won that fight.
Nothing. He did nothing.
He looked horrible and won the fight.
He did nothing well.
Give me a break, man. What did Gon do that was so impressive in that fight? Besides,
I can tell you what he did. He didn't do enough to win the fight. He didn't do enough to take the title from the champ.
He picked him apart.
He didn't do enough to win the fight.
His percentages are over Francis's by like 20%. He
like 90 leg kick.
He beat that man up.
That didn't hurt that man.
He beat that man up. He beat him in the hands too, Brandon. He landed more punches. Of course, he landed the leg kick as well. He also landed the teep to the body more, and he landed hands more. He outstruck that man.
So the first two rounds.
What about the spin crescent kick? Cut it out. Cut it out. He's in there doing things that heavyweights don't do. Same as your guy, Chris Barnett. He's out there showing you what's up. And you know it.
What about the power bomb?
What about the power bomb? Did that man lift the fucking leg up for him? Did he put one leg in the air before that? People are acting like Francis jumped up underneath him, picked him up, and power bombed him. That man put a fucking leg in the air, and he's over 200 pounds. That's called being fucking top heavy.
It was the best slam in the UFC since Dan Henderson.
Oh my God, Will, the man picked the fucking leg up for him. He lifted one leg in the air, 6 fucking feet.
So basically, you're saying that everything that Francis did good is because Cyril Gane messed up.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Your boy didn't look good.
Okay, so you are saying though that your guy messed this up for himself. Right?
I did. He shit the bed 100%. Your guy did not look good.
What's up,
Cyril shit the bed for sure.
Okay then.
I'll accept that.
1,000%.
I'll take that.
I will never sit here and say Francis won that fight. I'll sit here and say Gon lost it. I'll sit here and say it was a stupid fucking mistake sitting back for a heel hook. Same as Chris Weidman going for that spin fucking hook kick. He gave that fight away. Period.
He did.
So you can say he didn't do enough to win.
In the fifth. Neither one of them did anything to win that fifth. If that's the way we're playing, it should have been a fucking draw. Period. I don't care.
Chili Willie, what's up, bro? Hey, but that's Chili Willie. I don't know why. If you go on the thing from the BKFC page, for some reason it won't show your picture, your name. Anyway, Neko, even according to what you just said, if the fifth round was even, the judges still would have given it to Francis since one of them gave him the second or the first, right?
Bro, the judges can do whatever the fuck they want. We sit up here and talk shit about them anyway. All we do is sit here and talk shit. From my eye test, Neko, Francis didn't do shit to win that fifth round.
Okay, do you think Gon did enough to be the world champion?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What about you, Ben? Because you picked him also.
Okay, so from my point of view, I thought that Cyril won first and second. I didn't think there was really any question behind either of those. I think he just did. The significant strikes don't tell the story of the first round, right? I mean, Francis only landed 12 because Cyril wasn't there to be touched. Cyril only landed 12 because he didn't throw that many. So, I mean, Cyril won that round. And then Francis won 3 and he won 4. But when you're going into the fifth, like I said, most of the time you're not going off somebody laying on top of you and scoring points that way. They're supposed to be going after the attempts to finish the fight, damage done, and then the last thing that you're supposed to judge on is control and aggression. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Francis gained his position from a mistake that Cyril made. It wasn't you chose the Chito Vera and the Aldo fight as an example. Aldo scored those points because he got the takedown himself. Mm-hmm. So like he instigated the takedown. He didn't get to a position gained because somebody made a mistake. So in my opinion, the most attempt or damage done in the fifth round to finish the fight is Cyril's attempt at that heel hook. Whether Francis was in an intense amount of danger or not, it was the single attempt to finish the fight in the fifth round.
Why did he be punished for capitalizing on the mistake?
I'm not saying that he is punished. I'm saying that that's the reason why Aldo's control was weighted differently, because he got the takedown himself. He gained the position himself. He scored the point himself.
It was weighted.
I'm saying it would be weighted differently for me. You're putting words in my mouth. I said that's why it could be weighted differently.
Oh, I thought you said that's why it was weighted differently. I just misheard you, man. It's all right. Keep going.
If Francis just laid on him in 3 and 4 and did the same in the fifth, how was he winning 3 and 4?
He took him
because
down.
that was the only thing that was done. And he instigated the takedowns to score the points.
He went for it. He took him down.
Again, I'm not saying that this is my personal thought. I'm saying this is why I would assume he would win the fifth round, because that was the only attempt to finish the fight. But I mean, 3 minutes,
like laying on him in the
3 minutes of control in the fifth round is obviously a lot, especially when there wasn't a lot of action.
It makes
so he was just laying on him and they weren't fighting for position, they weren't hand, whatever you want to call it. Why weren't they just stood up?
Bro, I don't fucking know. We sit here and critique judges for that too. If they stand them up too soon, we go, oh, we don't know about that. If they're in half guard and they stand up, oh, we don't know about that. Like, we can't do that. So many stupid fucking things go down, bro.
I mean, I guess you could answer that question
from your own standpoint. From your standpoint, clearly he won the fight. It's in the record books.
Right.
You sit around here and critique Johnny Hendricks and George St. Pierre.
I don't.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. But
you didn't do enough to take the title over.
Will.
And that's it, BC. That's what it is. It goes back to something that I heard in 1990s era wrestling, pro wrestling. To be the champion, you have to clearly beat the champion. And Cyril didn't do that, and that's why the judges sided with Ngannou. It was literally only based off the fact that Ngannou had the strap to start with.
We sit around here and we castricize the Moreno and the Figgy fight, though.
I mean, I'm just saying that's what my assumption is.
You have to clearly beat the champion. That was a much closer fight than Cyril and Francis.
I don't think so.
Bro, are you crazy? Moreno got his shit off.
He did, but Moreno got knocked down 3 times. That's why he lost the fight.
Fantastic. All right.
But we'll get to that fight in a minute. But let me just tell you this real quick. DC says it all the time. It is always best to end the round in control because that's what the judges remember. Right or wrong?
No, it's true anyway.
And Francis dominated for 3 minutes straight. Gon got up with like 10 seconds left and didn't do anything, and that was the end of the fight. So the last thing you remember is Francis holding this man down for 3 minutes straight, and then Gon finally getting up and not doing anything. And how are you going to give Gon the round? If you're a judge, you can't get mad at the judge for that.
Bro, I can get mad at the judges for whatever the fuck I want. I am a man that's allowed to form his own opinions the same as you.
You're allowed to.
You clearly didn't see the same thing if you think Francis won that 5th round. We were not watching the same fight.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
Hey, I
mean, get outstruck, taken down, somebody looks for a heel hook on you, then almost actually pulls the heel hook on you after leaning back without having it, readjusted and actually caught the fucking heel. No, bro, you can't. I guarantee you say he looked for 2 submission attempts in that 5th round. Not 1, 2, because he already lost it, readjusted, and then regained the position. Facts or no?
I mean, it was pretty much the same thing. Like,
was it 2 submission attempts? Absolutely. That's pressing the pace. He regained the position from the bottom. Come on, man. We didn't see the same thing.
I guess we didn't, man. I guess we didn't.
That's all there is to it. I'm not backing down on it. Your guy won. Congratulations. You're up a point on the tally. Congratulations.
I mean, no, we evened that out, but this was the story of the fight right there. Francis is wrestling, man. And
that's fantastic. But I could also put up a picture of Cyril Gane spin heel cooking him square in his fucking biscuit, or spin elbow in Francis square in his fucking eye.
You could, and you say that I didn't say Francis would out wrestle him, but I did tell you that Francis' wrestling I guaranteed would be better after all his time at Extreme Couture. I sat here and told you this.
Of course, I agree. He's working with Usman.
And that was the difference.
How can it not? Your wrestling can be better. You're working with Usman. That's fantastic. That does not mean you won the 5th round.
I mean, but when you say that I said that wasn't how he was going to win, I didn't say that's how he was going to win, but I said that would be the difference. I definitely said
you thought that he was going to use his wrestling to stop the takedown.
Absolutely.
All right.
I did think that.
Okay.
Now, another point I want to make for this fight, that was a big difference in this fight. Besides the score, whatever, we can argue about the score all we want. But at the end of the day, one thing was very important in this fight, and that was Francis's strength. He was stronger than Gane, and it showed that like working man muscle did more than Francis's gym muscles.
I didn't agree with that.
You don't agree that he was stronger than Cyril Gane?
I agree that he was stronger with it in the 3rd and the 4th. I think that he was gassed in the 5th, and I think that Gane won the wrestling exchange in the 5th.
Come on, Neko. Come on, man.
Who took who down? Will, we just went through this shit.
Yes, we did.
We literally just went through this shit.
And then he got held down.
If he did not look for that heel hook, how do you know that Francis gets off his back? How do you know?
I mean, anything could have happened.
How do you know? How do you know? I said it was not clear to me he won the wrestling exchange in the 5th. In the 5th, he got taken down. Gane was on top, half guard control. Francis postured up. Gane pried him back down to his back to maintain half guard control, and then sat back for a heel hook where he lost position. A 267-pound man, probably 275 on that night, laid on top of him. He couldn't get back up after he gave that position up.
How does that show that he's stronger than Francis?
Who are you saying?
We're talking about strength.
Who are you saying?
I said that Francis was a lot stronger than Cyril Gane, and he showed that in that fight.
Francis is not stronger than Cyril Gane. He was stronger than him in the 3rd and the 4th. He was not stronger in the 5th. He wasn't. Play in the 5th.
He was stronger the whole fight, bro.
No, he wasn't.
No,
he wasn't. If he was, then he would have got the takedown in the 5th.
He was gassed.
Exactly.
That has nothing to do with your strength.
It wasn't. That's strength as well. That's strength as well.
No, that's stamina.
Bro, it's stamina strength, 100%.
Right.
He's stronger for longer.
Who was stronger for longer? In the 3rd and 4th.
That's strength as well, Will.
And Ngannou dominated him, and Ngannou looked like he was like done.
Okay, but what happened in the 5th? Who got taken down in the 5th?
Absolutely, he got taken down, and then what? He reversed it. No, hold on. He ended up on top, and Ngannou could not get up, but Francis could.
Jon let him lay on top of him. It's 275 fucking pounds, Will.
If that's for the title, you don't let somebody lay on you for any time.
Bro, get the fuck out of here.
Give me a break, man. Come on.
Get out of here.
Seriously, 3 minutes you're gonna lay there in the 5th round of a championship fight.
Get out of here.
Knowing that it was even
going
into it.
Get out of here.
Bro,
Usman's not giving up the takedown in the 5th to Colby Covington because he's stronger.
He didn't give up a takedown.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not even that.
He's stronger. He's stronger.
Usman is stronger.
Exactly.
Usman is.
Francis is not. He might have been stronger in a couple of rounds. But he wasn't stronger in the 5th.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you at any point see Cyril Gane ragdolling him, or did you see Francis ragdolling Cyril Gane?
Depends on what you mean by ragdoll.
Picking his ass up and slamming him on his head.
Nope, I didn't.
Nope, but you saw Francis do that.
But I also saw Francis get taken down in the 5th.
That's not strength, man.
That is strength.
Francis had the more all-around better game in that fight. You're chilling.
You're wilding right now. That's the most ridiculous statement of the night right
there. That's exactly what you sound like. That's what you sound like by saying that Cyril is stronger.
We're not entertaining statements like that because that's false.
That's exactly what you just said when you said that Cyril was stronger. That's exactly
I said Francis was stronger in 3 and 4, not in the 5th. That's what I said. I give credit where it's due. I sit here and say it's false when it's false.
Okay, so go ahead and give credit to Francis for switching up his game plan
after the first 2 rounds. I've done that.
Not since we've been on the air tonight.
I don't give a fuck what we've done on the air. You see me in the group chat. Y'all see me online.
Bro.
Look, did I take his face and have it compared to Khabib Nurmagomedov and say, oh, you're a wrestler now? He's on the same level as Khabib. How is that not a compliment? How's it not a compliment? How's it not?
Nico, I don't think you're giving him credit for switching up his game plan, though.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Do you even think it would be something we'd be talking about if Francis had come into that fight healthy?
There's no telling.
No, it's the same result. He loses on the feet. He looks for the takedown. It's the same result. He might have had a better showing in the 5th where I'd come up here and go, hey, look, the evolution of Francis is getting really scary at this point. But right now, all I saw was that when Jon Jones comes back, daddy's fucking home. That's all I saw.
Did you see that Francis exposed a hole in Gane's game that he can't wrestle?
No, I think Francis exposed more of a hole in his own game. And when Jon Jones comes back, it's a wrap for him for it.
No, I don't think that he exposed a hole in Gane's game. I think it was just a little bit of poor game planning on Gane's part. I don't think they expected any kind of grappling exchanges, really. So I don't think they probably drilled as much takedowns as they probably should have. And B, when you're going against a guy that strong, the scrambles are really important. So you don't want to leave yourself open, trying to get up off your back, trying to get up off your knees, because it's going to take one shot from a guy like Francis in close quarters like that to put you to sleep.
And so Gane still did do that.
I don't think that Gane, it was exposed or anything. I think it was just a bad night and a game plan that necessarily didn't work in his favor.
Okay.
And that man still did get off of his back in 3 and 4.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you would be more active if you were. I feel like you would have been more active if you weren't worried about the power. Francis is very strong.
Absolutely.
Nico, I believe you that you think that Jon Jones will beat Francis or Cyril Gane, right?
He will pick them both apart.
I mean, I believe that you believe that.
He will pick them both apart.
But I don't believe that, and let me tell you why.
Than both of those men.
Okay. Do you want to know why I do not believe that?
I don't know, because you're sitting here tonight telling me that you believe Francis won off an eye test, so I don't know what the fuck you've been smoking tonight.
Okay. Anyway, especially Cyril Gane will beat Jon Jones, and I'll explain to you why. Jon had a hard time with Dominic Reyes' striking and got hit more times than he landed against Dominic Reyes. Reyes is like an amateur compared to Cyril Gane in striking.
Bro, Dom Reyes looked fantastic on his journey to Jon Jones. And that was probably the absolute very best version of Dominic Reyes that we'll ever see. Young, athletic, explosive, fast, hungry as fuck. Stop it. Stop it.
And you think he's a better striker?
Bro,
no, he's a better striker than Cyril Gane?
I think that he fought his fucking ass off. I think that he went in there and fought for his fucking life, got as close as you can against a phenomenal Jon Jones, a great Jon Jones. Where how many people prior to Dom Reyes had the opportunity to fight Jon Jones and lost for Dom Reyes' coach to come up with the perfect game plan versus Jon Jones? How many? We don't have to do the actual numbers. You know it's a fuck ton.
Plenty, sure.
All right. So the dude had all the game planning in the world, all the stamina in the world, probably at the epitome of his athletic career. And people sit around here and castricize Dom for either losing to Jon Jones or castricize Jon Jones for Dom Reyes making it look like competition. That boy was very young and athletic.
Okay, so what about the fight before that for Jon Jones when it was a split decision?
Bro,
and he barely beat Thiago Santos.
You went to one fight before where another coach has had damn near 24 fucking attempts.
Those are Jon Jones' last two fights. And he was beatable in both of them, correct?
Everybody's later fights always look closer. Everybody's later fights always look closer. You can look at any of your favorite legends. We just did it with GSP and Johnny Hendricks. Right. They always look closer towards the end. Of course. Of course.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you got two strikers that are decent, and then you got Cyril Gane, who's probably the best striker in the UFC right now, besides Adesanya.
Lighter and faster than both of them.
I don't think that they're faster than both of them.
Taller, with more
range. I don't think that they're faster than Cyril Gane. That dude's very fast, man.
All right, we'll see, Will.
We will see. If Jon Jones takes the amount of shots that he took against either of those guys, he's going to have a rough night, man. He's not going to be able to take that many shots.
Right. And they're going to have to touch Jon Jones. And one thing I damn sure do know after watching that fight is after two, Francis looked extra slow. Francis was extra slow. And that wrestling ain't standing up to par with Jon Jones. And neither one of you fuckers can convince me of that.
Okay, they don't have to wrestle him.
All right, that's what
Jon didn't take.
Francis damn sure would have to wrestle him after getting tagged up like that by Gane. Francis would damn sure have to wrestle Jon Jones. I'll sit here and take your theory on Gane beating Jones, but there's no facet in which I see Francis getting the job done. He couldn't touch Cyril's chin. He's not touching Jon's.
Okay, so I'll ask you one more question about that, and then I'll let it go. And we'll talk about Jon Jones and his texts or his statuses, whatever. But here's the thing: against Santos, Jon Jones couldn't even get a takedown. He only tried one.
Santos is a fucking world beater.
Okay.
Bad
and against Dominic Reyes, he attempted 9 and only got 2 takedowns. Right, only had control for a minute and 41 seconds.
Dom Reyes, young, athletic, with a very strong wrestling pedigree. Period.
All right.
Wrestling pedigree.
A wrestling pedigree? I thought he was a football player.
Strong wrestling pedigree, very athletic.
I thought he was a football player. Is that not right?
There's football.
Did he came from a wrestling background?
Wrestling background.
I'm asking you, did he come from a wrestling background?
Bro, yes, he has a wrestling background. 1,000%. Absolutely.
Chili asked if Jon Jones needs a tune-up, who it should be. I think he should be
Jon
Stipe.
Jones should go straight for the title.
He can, but I think he should fight Stipe.
Jon Jones should fight straight for the title.
What do you think, Ben? Do you think he should just go right into a title shot, or should he have to fight Stipe first, since Stipe did not get a rematch?
Based off who he is, you could argue that he deserves a title shot right away, but I feel like you want to any good scientist tests their experiment before they go for it. So I think a tune-up fight is exactly what should be done, because it would prove that he's doing everything the right way. Because I mean, we all know that just taking fucking pictures and looking jacked doesn't mean shit. Like, right. Conor McGregor's huge right now. Good for you. Like, you fucking gained the weight to heavyweight. Good for you. But are you actually putting in the fucking work? Are you sparring with heavyweights? Are you doing the things you're supposed to do? Because getting hit by a heavyweight is a lot different than getting hit by Dominic fucking Reyes 119 times. Okay? Yep. So, you know, our argument for Cyril Gane at the beginning of last week was that he's the most technical striker in the UFC right now, perhaps. So, like, I don't care if you're Jon Jones or what. If you're the most technical striker in the UFC, you're going to piece up a guy making his first step into the heavyweight division. Probably. You know, like, you got to test your experiment first.
Right. And just to piggyback off what you just said,
going straight for that fucking title.
With Conor,
it's fine, but you should test your experiment first.
Yeah. Ben, piggybacking off what you just said, with Conor weighing 190 right now,
sit out when he came back and
I'll bet whatever anybody wants that if he got in there with Adesanya, that Adesanya would destroy the dude's life.
No, that's wrong. And what
Adesanya wouldn't destroy Conor McGregor?
Who?
I said, based off what Ben just said, McGregor's 190 right now because he gained all that weight and all that muscle. I said if he decided to fight Israel Adesanya, I guarantee you Israel Adesanya would fuck up his life.
I agree with that, but I agree that he would fuck Conor McGregor no matter where they were at. No, I think he's an all-around better fighter.
I agree, but Conor is put on all that weight, and what Ben was saying is that Jones should take a tune-up fight so we could actually see where he is. I mean, not forget.
I heard him, but
tune-up is like a bad word because I don't want it to sound like I want him to fight Chase Sherman or something. I want him. Huh?
What tune-up fight did GSP take?
At 185?
185?
He came back and took the title. What tune-up fight did he take? When you're the GOAT, you do GOAT-like shit. You took Jon
Jones should take the fucking tune-up fight because while he was sitting on the sidelines, he was fucking beating his wife and getting arrested and doing fucking jackass shit.
That doesn't have shit to do with what he's doing in the ring.
You're the GOAT based off everything you do in the sport, whether it's inside or outside the sport.
So what?
You're not the GOAT because you win fights. Tom Brady's not the fucking GOAT in the NFL because he wins Super Bowls. He's a GOAT because he makes everybody else around him great.
No, he's the
Jon Jones is a fucking joke
because of his ring count. He's the GOAT because of his ring counts and his stats,
and because he makes everybody around him a better fucking player. Jon Jones makes everybody around him a joke.
Bro,
let me ask you guys this.
When we watch UFC, how many people are standing in that fucking ring? One with the referee. Ain't nobody worried about his fucking team or who he makes look like a joke.
All right, clearly nobody's going to be able to talk to you about stuff tonight. You're on your own thing right now.
Mike Tyson, a big fucking crackhead, big fuck up. They said that he abused Robin Givens. He took time off. When he come back, title fight. Don't nobody give a fuck about your personal life. What do you do in that fucking ring? Okay. I've said on this show plenty of times. He's a piece of shit. I can't stand him. So what? He's still a better fighter than the two people we saw last night. Put him in there and put the strap back on him.
Brandon, let me ask you a question, bro.
Daniel Cormier would have beat both them men last night.
Do you think that Jon Jones coming back in his first fight without Greg Jackson in his corner will have any effect on his performance? The first time we saw him in the UFC,
probably not. It's going to be a lot of the same stuff with him. He's going to do the same stuff that's worked for him every time he got in the ring.
Think so?
Yeah. What is he going to get in there and start throwing flying kicks, spin kicks? No.
No, but I mean, you know, they all say that Greg Jackson's like the best strategist there is and tells you exactly how to beat somebody.
That man, Jon Jones, been in the ring for how long now? Over 10 years? What does he need a coach for?
Thank you.
You still got to have a good coach, though, man.
Bro, cut it out, bro.
I'm just saying, it's not going to be that big of a coach. He gets a new coach.
We know you don't need a coach once you know your shit. How do we know that, Will?
How do we know that?
Mike Perry. His girlfriend's undefeated as a cornerman.
No, she's not.
She was for a fight. She was for one fight.
for one fight. He was 1-3 in his last.
All right, so
fights.
is she a fucking coach now because she won a fight in Mike?
She's not undefeated.
All right, fantastic. She's not undefeated.
He lost 2 out of 3. He lost 2 out of 3 with his girlfriend in the corner.
All right,
he lost 3 out of his last 4 in the UFC.
2 out of 3. But in that first fight, she's a coach now because she won the fight?
Not really.
All right then. Point in case.
That wasn't a heavyweight title fight. That's a little bit different.
Bro, no, it's not, man.
I'll give you the perfect example of you need a coach. Colby Covington could have beat Kamaru Usman in their last fight if he had a real fucking coach and didn't just have a team of guys built around him.
No.
Well, you're going to say that because it fits your narrative, bro. Like, you just said that earlier.
No.
It's fitting your narrative, so you're going to say, no.
What did I say
earlier? Who's the better fighter than him, bro?
Tell me what I said earlier. What I said. What I say about coaches?
You said, of course, you're going to defend your guy. You said that yourself.
How am I defending my guy? I hate Jon Jones. I hate him. How many times on this fucking show, Will? How many?
Well, I'm saying you're defending your narrative, bro. So you're just going to disagree with anything that's going against your narrative.
I'm defending what I believe. I don't think the coach in my corner makes a fucking difference. I know what I know. The work I put in is the work I fucking put in. Period. Coaches scream from the sidelines until they're blue in the face, and the majority of the times the fighter don't do what the fuck they say anyway. You can't hear shit. Directly after that, they go, "Did you hear what your corner said?" No, the electricity in the building.
I was just talking about planning. Anyway. I was talking about Greg Jackson's planning. All right, next question: does Francis resign? We'll go around the horn. Ben, does Francis resign?
He doesn't really have a choice.
Okay.
They have it built into his contract. He'd have to find a way to. They have like a championship clause where he has to at least come back and fucking get rid of the belt or whatever. So
fight one time or take a year off and then he's released.
Right. Yeah. There's some kind of clause, so he has no choice.
BC, you think he resigns or does he take a year off?
I don't know what taking a year off is going to do. You're already the champion. It doesn't really make any sense to me.
It voids your contract because. This was his last fight in his contract. When he won his title fight, it adds 1 year and or one fight. So if you sit out for a year, you're out of your contract, or you could fight again, and then if you win, it adds another fight or another year.
Okay, now as Dana White, what do you do? Do you give Francis that one fight so he can get out of the contract for some fucking schmuck, or do you give him Jon Jones?
I think that Dana White really thought that Cyril Gane was going to put it on him. And that's why he gave him that
Cyril
fight.
Gane did put it on him. But that aside.
So do you think he resigns, Nico? Does he take that fight or does he sit out?
I believe he doesn't have very much of a choice. He's not going to sit out a year and not make money, especially if he was just sitting around bitching about the amount of money that he made.
He does need knee surgery, though. How long would that take?
Well, I mean,
6 months.
I think they adjust that probably into his
6 months.
6 months. Okay.
As an elite athlete, 6 months, maybe 8.
Probably a year from like the surgery date. Maybe they'll want him back by. Does that sound reasonable?
Absolutely.
Does Dana White give him the money for this next fight to make it worth his while?
If he's fighting somebody like Jon Jones, neither one of those guys really brought any people to the table. If we're being honest, man.
The only way
I don't even know what the fucking pay-per-view numbers were, but I'm not expecting anything extravagant by any means.
About $500,000 so far.
Nothing. That's nothing crazy.
I mean, it's okay. It's better than like a low level, but it's definitely not like, a big time fight. I think Kamaru Usman probably brings in about $500,000 to like $750,000 usually, right? Something like that, Ben.
They played during the playoffs though.
Yeah, there was playoffs, and the flyweights, no matter how good the matchup is, they don't sell. They never did. That was the problem with Demetrius, right? They never sold really well, so it's kind of unfair to judge Francis and Cyril that way. But man, the only way I see them paying Francis the money he wants is if it's a trilogy fight against Stipe or a fight against Jon Jones.
Okay.
I mean, the trilogy fight with Stipe, while like you're thinking to yourself, maybe, well, that's not a big deal. The UFC would sell it as a big deal, and it would work. I mean, the DC and Stipe trilogy sold really well too.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you back it up with a women's world title fight, it would sell pretty good. So that was my next question. If Francis does resign, who do you think he fights next? Do you think he fights Jones? Do you think he fights Stipe?
I think he fights Stipe. I don't think that they get I'm not like judging Jones. I just don't think they get a contract done soon enough. Like, I think that Francis is going to want to, if he's going to want to get out of this contract, he's going to want to get out of this contract sooner than they will be able to figure something out with Jones. So I think he gets a trilogy with Stipe.
DC, who do you think he fights next?
Jones with a trilogy versus Stipe?
I think if Jones does come back and doesn't immediately get the shot, then Jones should fight Stipe. The winner of that gets the fight, the champion.
Okay. I mean, because there's a good possibility that Francis is going to be off the next 6 to 8 months. So is everybody?
Or matter of fact, actually, what I meant to say was Gon should fight.
What are you laughing about?
Gon should fight Stipe.
Gon should fight Stipe.
Whoever wins gets to run it back with Ngannou.
Nico, what's so funny, man?
Stipe's done, man. They ain't putting Stipe in no more fucking world title fights. Y'all gotta be kidding me right now, right?
We're talking trilogies. That's the only one that's up there
right now. They ain't putting Stipe in no more fucking title fights.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, man.
All right, whatever.
There's nothing else.
Give it no fucking title fight. If Jon Jones comes back though, and he's not getting a title fight, maybe they give him Cyril Gane as Gane's way of getting back to the re-up. Or you market it, well, he beat him in this fashion, so we're definitely giving him Francis next. What the fuck is Stipe? Why Stipe? For what?
Because that's who Ngannou won it from.
I agree.
Before he lost the fight, he was considered the heavyweight goat.
Some way, somehow.
I agree with you.
He was considered the heavyweight goat before he lost the one fight to Francis.
I agree with you from a moral standpoint. Who is the GOAT at 145 before Conor came and decapitated him, and they never gave him another look at a title shot?
Yeah,
that's because not
at 145. Will. Not at 145. Will.
2 fights later, he fought against Frankie Edgar and won the title at 145.
Bro, stop it. You know what I'm talking about, though, Will.
Did he not?
Not versus Conor. Not the way they
Conor
should have.
Took the title and walked.
I agree, but not versus Conor the way they should have. They did not have to let Conor walk like that. They didn't have to set Conor up for the double title shot. They protected Conor. The same way they're going to protect Francis versus Stipe. They don't want Stipe to have that title back. Stipe didn't do shit for that title when he had the title. He did nothing for it.
How do you figure?
Bro.
He has the most defenses.
Oh my God.
Part of the greatest trilogy in heavyweight history.
What was he selling? What was he selling?
I don't know his numbers off the top of my head.
Bro, no, because he wasn't doing shit for that title.
Him and DC, I think, probably sold decent.
That was off of DC's back. That's off DC's back.
I don't know about all that, man.
Oh my God, Will, come on, brother, come on,
DC,
man.
All right.
It's the same way they didn't want Jose to get that title back at 145. Yes, from a moral standpoint, he should have it. From a technical standpoint, what he did in the ring, we all loved and adored him. But he was not selling no fucking fights or making it marketable. Same way Stipe wasn't. Francis does it solely based off of what's in his hands. You could pitch the highlight reel. Mm-hmm. You didn't do the same shit with Stipe, man. You didn't. I don't know why he didn't come off that way, but he wasn't marketable to the same level as Francis. It's not, bro. When somebody comes back,
Francis, no, it's not. You're right.
Title. You want Jon Jones headache or not?
But Jon doesn't sell pay-per-views.
Bro, headache or not?
But Jon doesn't sell pay-per-views. They say he's one of the biggest busts in pay-per-view history as far as
I believe that Jon Jones in the beginning, I don't believe that was Jon Jones. I believe he fell into that category based off of how he started to win his fights. But the original Jon Jones, OG Jon Jones, he was doing very well. He was very marketable. Youngest UFC champ, finishing all the fucking fighters. Now he moved up to heavyweight. He might not finish fighters, but he got the bad boy rep now.
Okay.
People tune in to see Jon Jones lose. Like me. I hate him. I want to see him get his fucking head knocked off by Francis. Do I believe it's going to happen? Fuck no.
Mm-hmm. So now that you said that, though, if Francis does knock his head off, is Francis the GOAT?
I will come in here with a fucking African dashiki on and the goat mask, and the goat mask, and I will rep Francis to the fucking fullest. I don't believe he gets that job done, though.
Just taking notes.
Yeah, 100%. Bro, y'all don't have to. When he did Stipe up, I came in here and talked about how proud I was of him. I sang his praises. When he do good, he do good. Nico sing his praises. When he look like shit, I come in here, I say you look like shit. It's simple.
Jon doesn't even have one of the top 25. He comes in like 25th for one pay-per-view against Daniel Cormier. That's the only pay-per-view he sold that's even in the top 25.
So again, DC did that legwork.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just
I was
saying
just
that Jon
about to
Jones.
say that DC did the legwork on that one too. I was just looking up like overall, it was all combat sports. They included boxing as well. Like the top, like I think it was 150 pay-per-view buys of all time, and Miocic has 3 in the top, at least top 100.
And who they verse?
Two of them were against DC, and one of them was against Alistair Overeem.
Come on, brother. Come on, man. Y'all know what's up over here.
But Jones hasn't broken 850,000 ever.
That's wild to me. Now that's crazy. But you know what would have done it? Jones versus Lesnar.
I feel like the only reason why is because for a little while there, everyone just expected Jones to win, so people weren't going to buy the pay-per-view to watch him win when they knew it was going to happen. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. Exactly.
St. Pierre is on there above him. Anderson Silva a couple times. Amanda Nunes is on there, I think, twice. Ronda Rousey's on there.
The difference between Anderson and Jones was for whatever reason. I mean, Jones wasn't a prick and shit until later on in his career, right? But people didn't like him for whatever reason, and everybody loved Anderson. So people were buying Anderson's pay-per-views to watch him finish people. And yeah, Jones was finishing people, but people just didn't like him for whatever reason.
You know what really kills everything? Is that Brock?
Well, I mean, before he was like a giant dick bag, he was just kind of an arrogant prick. Like he wasn't like that bad at first.
That's got to hurt hardcore MMA fans' feelings that Brock's on there 3 times in the top 20.
Dude, he was the biggest draw until Conor McGregor showed up.
I agree.
Yeah. No, I know.
But y'all don't know how big wrestling is, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's way more hot.
You got to guarantee that at least half those fucking buys were wrestling fans going, let's see this fucking guy do this.
Ben, what event was it that CM Punk made his debut?
200 and I want to say 202 maybe.
Do you know what the main event was? Was it Diaz McGregor too?
I think so.
Man, they really.
Hold on, give me a minute.
I was trying to look.
Because I literally just read about it the other day because this like super hot Irish prospect is fighting that Mike Jackson guy who fucking is famous for fighting CM Punk.
Man Crush Mondays.
Super hot.
Man Crush Mondays.
Super hot.
All right, so
super pause.
We took a lot of time on gambling and
203. I was wrong. UFC 203.
Let me see if 203 is on the list or where it is. Let's see.
The main event was Miocic and Overeem. So, yeah, it's on there. It was about 475,000 buys.
Okay. I'm sure that helped a little bit, too, by the way. But, all right. So, we talked about the main event, the co-main. We'll kind of glaze over because we got more stuff to cover. But, what
yeah, it don't look like we're going to be able to cover everything tonight.
Hey, we'll give it a shot.
My apologies.
No, we're already up to number 5 after this, Ben. So, I mean, what do you think of the co-main?
I'll go first.
The greatest greatest flyweight fight of all time. Flyweight fight of all time. Period. I don't think there's ever been a better one.
Very technical.
I felt like, and this wasn't just me like leaning towards Figgy because I picked Figgy. I just thought that it wasn't as controversial of a finish as everyone, or an ending as everyone seemed to think. Like Moreno doesn't think he lost, and there's like fans that claiming he got robbed. I mean, I thought it was pretty clear that Figgy won 3 rounds, and I thought it's even more clear that when you look at the judges' scorecards, they were all scattered for what 3 rounds Figgy won.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was pretty clear cut that Moreno I think he took Figgy lightly. I think he thought he was going to finish him and walk through him like he did last time. And bro, that's not the way that was going to work this time. Figgy changed camps. He changed everything he needed to change. This isn't a guy just saying what he wants people to hear. This is a guy that did what he said he was going to do.
What do you think the biggest difference was?
Henry fucking Cejudo. That's exactly what the biggest difference was.
Thank you, Ben.
And he got no fucking credit for what he did for Davison Figueiredo.
That's right.
That was 100% fucking Henry Cejudo being a good coach a good game plan and keeping him focused in the corner between rounds.
Yes, sir.
Telling him what he needed to fucking do to stay ahead. And that was exactly what happened.
Yep.
Right before this fight, I found out why he has that red stripe on his head. And at the presser, I seen he had a grilling, and I knew I'm going to switch my pick from Moreno to Figueiredo because that boy right there is a savage.
What's the red line in this head?
But look, I didn't know much about Brandon Moreno either. I took him originally off the bias because his name is Brandon, and I know he loved to fight. And that's exactly what he was. He ended up going in there, and he's a thumper. Know what I mean?
What's the red line mean?
Huh?
What's the red line mean?
It's from God of War, Kratos.
Oh, it's Kratos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At first, I was
that's what his nickname means in Portuguese is God of War. I'm pretty sure.
I still think Biggie Smalls is a better ring name.
I know he was getting hit. He was getting clipped with some punches. But a little bit of that, I think, is just his awkward stance. He was like kind of looked like he was staggered. I think it's just kind of the way his legs was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
you notice that?
What's that, man?
He started that fight in a different stance than he's ever started a fight with before. He was in a more open karate stance. They even mentioned it as soon as the first round started. That he came out in a totally different stance than he normally does. And just like BC said, I think a lot of him getting hit with some of those punches was just his awkward movement to avoid getting hit. And I'm not saying he dominated Moreno, but I just thought I thought he won 3-2 pretty easily.
He definitely was rolling with the punches pretty well.
I believe that from a strike for strike landing standpoint, it was pretty goddamn close. But then when you look at how many shots were missed by both men, Davison made Brandon miss way fucking more. That's it. He made him miss a shit ton. He did just as well in the stand-up exchanges when it came to connection rate, and then he got the takedowns too. So I think you got to give the kid the nod.
Okay. So this is what I thought was the biggest difference. I thought Figueiredo was more patient and didn't try to like just go all out in those first two rounds like he seems to do in every fight. And I think that Brandon Moreno was too patient. Every time he landed something big, he just kind of like sat back and admired his work. Because he hit Figueiredo with some big shots, but he never capitalized on them. It was like he would just hit him and then just kind of like, Neko, what is it called when you're just kind of like admiring your work?
You just take a picture.
Taking a picture, exactly.
Yeah, lazy with the punch.
I think that's what he was doing. I think that he was taking pictures. He would land something big, and like you were saying, how it would like stagger him around or however we want to say it. It was just kind of crazy that he just never really went for that finish. And a couple times Figueiredo, it looked like he actually was looking like he was trying to end the fight. And I think that was probably the biggest difference between the two of them.
Substantial and patient waiting on that right hand too, man.
Yeah, I think one of Figueiredo's biggest punches is his uppercut. So I mean, you always got to be careful when you go in on something like that.
Yep.
That punch and that fucking looping hook off the backhand, man.
So do we see a part 4 or do we see Figgy Smalls fight against Pantoja?
It's really it's not too much going on at 125. I would go the fourth time. But in doing so as Dana, I would tell them that they gotta kind of brew something up with somebody else in the process. Like something has to give because who's in the wings at 125, Ben?
Askarov and Pantoja.
Well, I actually just found out this morning that there's already a fight supposedly booked between Askarov and Kai Kara France. And then there's
Kai.
There's two more guys. I can't remember who it is. But they're also booked up. The UFC kind of did it on purpose like that so that if they do need to do a Davison Moreno 4, they have these two number 1 contender fights set on the backside to make a clear contender for when that.
You got Askar over Kai.
Yeah, his grapple is too much, man. And that's kind of Kai's weak spot. I mean, Kai can land a punch and finish him, but Askar's got that crazy grappling.
Yeah. And what was
he made Joe Benavidez look bad, right?
That's right. Facts. Yeah, you're right.
It would have had to have been, 2 years ago, Ben? I mean, Moreno already gave Kai the business, man. Right? I mean, he dominated him all 3 rounds, I think.
That's
yeah, but Moreno has to get that title back for that to mean anything.
That's true, but I mean, you know what I mean. I'm just saying, like, that's because why I wouldn't say Kai.
Davison and Kai is exactly the fight that Kai wants. That's the somebody that's going to stand and trade punches, get inside the pocket. They're going to fight in that phone booth, and Kai can knock him out. I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying he can. You know, so like if there's going to be a guy that Kai wants to fight, it's going to be Figueiredo.
Yeah.
Right. And I agree, guys. I definitely think Henry Cejudo was a great fit for.
Same way Usman was the difference maker in Francis's corner.
I mean, Cejudo might be cringy as fuck, and he might be the most annoying guy in the world, but you don't become an Olympic gold medalist and a 2-division champion in the UFC by mistake.
Yo, it's pretty wild how we're starting to see the evolution of fighters being coaches during their fight careers.
Right.
Pretty fucking crazy.
Bro, think of how good let's even just say the next 10 years, how good these guys are going to be with the level of fighters that we see now becoming coaches.
I think that kind of comes with
it's going to be crazy. These guys are just going to be so filled with knowledge that the next level of fighters is going to be Khamzat Chimaev times 10.
Yo, Will, has George coached anybody up?
Who, GSP?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I know that he's like helps McDonald and a couple other guys like that, but
I know he just still works. All he does is he works out with the Zahabi guys. I don't think he actually trains any of them. I just think he's there as a training partner.
He should.
I would love to see him make a walk as a head coach.
Yeah,
he's the one guy that has such a weird mentality about the sport, right? Like because he got done when he could have had a good run still going. He came back. He beat Bisping. He could have kept going there, and he just. Man, if he really put his all into it, he'd be, I mean, talking about goats, he'd be known as the undeniable goat of every goat that ever was. Like, if he could just put it all into the UFC, into not the UFC, but into MMA and coach, like you said, the guy would be
invested
unreal.
into like Kevin Lee. Like, I really wish he would have put time and effort into Kevin Lee.
Yeah, a guy like Kevin Lee, or even if he had really put time into Rory McDonald and helped McDonald get that mental game right, because GSP was always so mentally strong. Yeah. That was one of his big things.
For sure.
Like, it's just a bummer he never really put more into coaching.
Yeah.
I would say that the best example so far. Now, Henry could do it. Khabib could do it. But I think, and maybe Khabib also, but man, James Krause has become a fucking great coach. Krause become a hell of a coach.
But we're not gonna not give the nod to Pat Barry either, though. Krause is doing it with more people. Krause is doing it with more people. But Barry got a world champion 2 times over.
Yeah, but like
Barry be humping his
head coach though. Her head coach is Trevor Whitman, isn't it?
Now it is.
I guess.
Now was it always?
Because I think Barry's more of her manager than like a coach.
Yeah,
I think he deals with like
signing with him.
The first guy that I would really say, in my opinion, like as far back as I can remember, was George Gurgel. Man, he ran his own academy when he was fighting in the UFC.
Like, Rich Franklin.
And he made a world champion in Rich Franklin.
Yeah, Uriah.
Faber too, yeah, fucking alpha male, dude. Like, even if you go as far back as the Lions Den with fucking Ken Shamrock, like he was
and
trained.
All the Gracies, obviously. I guess that would be the first.
Yeah, they don't count though because they literally were like born with gis on and throwing triangles on their moms and stuff. So like they didn't need coaches.
All right, next thing, BC. Tell me about Vanessa Demopoulos.
She won her fight. Foremost, let her get some.
You jumped in Joe's arms
for that.
Yes.
What?
Yep.
Nah, man. Joe's wife beat the shit out of him when he got home.
Hell yeah.
Right there.
Joe's wife beat the shit out of him when she is on that girl's page right now, seeing if Joe Rogan liked any of her shit.
But BC, go ahead, man. BC was going to talk about this a little bit. Go ahead, man.
She said that was something she always wanted to do. So you know for a fact he got his ass beat when he got home.
Yep, for sure.
All because of what she said. Females are evil. Remember that, gentlemen.
100%. Joe probably never spoke to this woman a day in his life, neither.
Probably not.
Supposedly she was a stripper for 13 years, and that's where she got her skills from.
13 years? How old is she? She looks fucking 7.
She danced as well?
13 years.
I think she's like 31 or 32.
Did she dance in the ring?
She does like a little bit of stuff.
She did the split.
Splits?
She hit the splits
in the ring?
Yeah, she did like the jump and split.
Man. She tried to get Joe Rogan killed out here. What is going on?
Trying to catch a body.
What? She tried to get my man Joe Rogan caught up. That's crazy.
Facts.
I think that so she won that fight by submission. What'd she do? She did an armbar, Ben?
Yeah, after getting absolutely fucking shit canned with this overhand right on the foot, like right on the button. She even said in her post fight like that she remembers getting up off the ground, basically. Like she doesn't remember getting hit or falling.
Stripper safety prevention moves, the armbar.
That's what she said. Nico, she said that she literally used her stripper jiu-jitsu to win the fight.
She called it stripper jiu-jitsu?
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's what she called it.
When was this?
It was the very first fight on the card, I think, or the second fight on the card.
And I think that she is the breakout star of the prelims on UFC 270, and I'm going to tell you why.
She's the real life Baberella.
There you go.
Go look that up.
I think her jumping into Joe's arms is the reason she got the fight bonus. Because she got a fight bonus for it.
Well, I mean, like I said, she was pretty much out cold, and then she snatched up the only submission of the night, right? So I mean, she wasn't based off that, I'm sure. But
Ben, look, it's a performance bonus. It wasn't a submission bonus. But look, do you think that what she did was more impressive than the dude? What's his name? I'm looking it up right now.
The Ecuadorian guy. Morales.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he got a bonus. And I mean, he had like the performance of the night, I thought. But this chick, she almost got knocked out, won by submission, jumped into Joe's arms. The crowd goes nuts, and she gets a fucking bonus. I mean, I thought Morales had the best performance of the night. That dude was nasty.
It's not called the best performance of the night. It's just called performance of the night.
It is crazy, though. So if she was getting beat up and then she pulled out the armbar out of nowhere, that's kind of worthy of a champion.
She did, too. Like, it came out of nowhere. She was out on her feet, literally, like, going down, and then snatched up this armbar. So, like,
right.
Oh, my God. No, she got clobbered to the ground. Holy smokes.
Oh, you're watching it right now?
Yes.
And then she snatches up that armbar like 15 seconds later, baby.
Did she snap her shit? Oh, my God.
Yeah. See, that's a performance of the night bonus right in itself.
I mean, they gave Nurmagomedov one, and he deserved it because
he
destroyed Stamann.
Who does that to Cody Stamann?
Nobody at all. But like I said, I thought Michael Morales looked fucking amazing.
The niggas half bear. Those Nurmagomedovs are crazy.
Yeah, but isn't he like not really a Nurmagomedov? I heard that he's like not actually related to them at all in any way.
He's got the name, so they know he's a beast.
I think it was one of those things like he took the name as like a respect thing to Abdul Manap, and like I don't think he's actually a Nurmagomedov, or maybe he's like married in. Maybe he's married in, and he was smart enough to take the girl's last name.
Oh, like the one Gracie dude.
Yeah.
For real, but yeah, Nico, I think that her jumping into Joe's arms, I think got her $50,000, and I think got her a spot, to come back in a better position than the first fight of the night in the future.
Bro, the way she walked out for her weigh-in, that's a saucy woman.
I didn't even see how she walked out for the weigh-ins, but
keep it, Will, when you get a minute.
She did the stripper walkout. She ripped the shirt off and did the hair flip.
Nice.
Then she jumped in the air and did a split.
That's the future of MMA.
Yo, that's wild, man.
Yeah. Hey, Chili had said earlier that Francis will try boxing before he fights again in UFC. Dana will strip him of the heavyweight title, be up for grabs. It's definitely possible that he holds out for that boxing match, but it would be.
If he'd have won by knockout, it would have been easier to sell, but I don't know about that now.
Yeah, for sure. Next thing I wanted to touch on is Marvin Vettori still talking shit to Israel Adesanya, saying that he fights like a bitch, and just trashing him every chance he gets. It's kind of crazy because
Israel Adesanya definitely isn't the one that fought like a bitch out of the two of them.
I mean,
What? What do you mean?
No,
I mean,
no, it's just twice. Yeah, it's just twice that that he's beaten him, it's kind of hard to sell that third fight when you've lost twice.
Man, if we're being
there's no way to sell that third fight. Just unless Izzy fucking like goes on a losing streak or something.
Yeah, Vittori is an Israel Adesanya fanboy. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. He loves Izzy. He loves Izzy. He wants to have Izzy's kids.
I also have a problem with somebody. I don't remember which analyst it was. I think it might have been Michael Bisping. One of the guys said Marvin Vittori would be the champion if it wasn't for Israel Adesanya. Excuse me, sir. Bobby Knuckles might have something to say about that.
He might. And then you got
talk your shit,
because I legitimately am considering not picking Israel Adesanya in this.
Been on air and said that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm gonna pick against him, but dude, man,
I am.
I really want to pick Bobby Knuckles. I don't know what is telling me that I want to, but the guy is shit, man. He looks good, and he's looking real good, and
he's being quiet, and he's hungry as fuck.
Yeah,
that's a scary man.
Yep,
it is.
He wake up every morning thinking about Israel Adesanya. Guaranteed.
Ever since he lost, every fight you could see in the 2 fights he's had since he lost to Izzy, that it was Israel Adesanya he was fighting. It wasn't Jared Cannonier. He was fighting Izzy. Every fight that he's had since losing to Izzy was to get back to that belt because he believes that belt is his.
And the thing is he gets to leave. All right, I got caught because he was doing damn good. He was doing
a great fight until he got caught. Yeah,
he got caught in the exchange in the pocket, man, and you know that's all he's working on right now.
And I'm not saying Izzy's not out of this world because he is, but man, 100%. I don't know.
100%.
Y'all gotta put some respect on Jared Cannonier's name while I'm here.
No, nothing bad to say.
Poor guy got his arm broke there by Bobby Knuckles, though, right?
That was the fight he broke his arm. About Jared Cannonier, though. That's a beast of a man as well. And you know that after the Jan Blachowicz fight with Israel Adesanya, Bobby went to that wrestling drawing board as well.
Sure.
Which is what he was strong with anyway. He was a good grappler to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah. Real quick, Ben, I forgot to tell you while we were talking about the main event of 270. I'm pretty sure it's your fault that Cyril Gahn lost.
I know it is. I think I actually admitted that. And if I didn't admit it in the group chat, Nico, I owe you an apology, bro. It's because I fucking picked the guy that he won.
Nah, man, it is what it is, man. Honestly,
well, no, Ben said he's always picked against Gahn, and Gahn's won every single fight. And then this time he picked against him, and Jon Jones aside, he lost.
Jon Jones aside, that's a future world champion, and there's no denying that. If he stick around for the long haul, that guy has world champion written all over him. Win, lose, or draw versus Francis. I saw something great in him. And the fact that he did get back up to his feet, I think a total of three or four times versus Francis. That says a fucking lot about a man. That man is 270 plus pounds easy on fight night.
Yeah. Hey, look, and this is all verifiable. I've never been wrong about a Francis Ngannou fight. I picked him to lose to Stipe the first time, and I picked Derek Lewis to beat him. Every other fight, I've picked Francis to win. Just want to point that out. Verifiable on Facebook. I could tag you in the posts. It's the truth.
You can verify, but anything that happened before me and BC comes along is null and void. You throw that out the window, clean slate in it right now, you know?
Okay, I'm good with that. All right, so check this out. The next thing, Nico, you want to talk a little bit about Jiri and Glover officially being announced?
I didn't know that they were officially announced.
That's because you were sleeping this afternoon.
Yeah, bro. Right. I'm telling you, I was passed out, man.
Ben, go ahead, man.
Bro, you're probably still recovering from being sick, man. That shit fucking takes a lot out of you.
You remember that time we got Chinese and you fell asleep for like 18 hours?
Wait, is this a fact?
Yes.
Where were we?
We got Chinese at Asian Fusion, and then we went back to my crib. And then you left.
Passed out at the crib on the couch?
Nah. You left. I don't know where you went. And then you was like, yo, your wife was calling you and shit, and you was asleep.
Oh my gosh.
You hit me up the next morning like, yo, what did you do to me? Nigga, nothing.
Honestly, I'm a piece of shit. And when I sleep heavily. That's probably because I'm never sleeping. So when that shit finally catches up to me, bro, it's no waking me up.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys something funny about some Chinese food. So Curtis Blades posts yesterday afternoon a picture of some Chinese chicken wings with some fried rice, and he put unpopular opinion of the week: fried chicken wings from most Chinese or Thai restaurants do not get the respect they deserve. I'll put them up against almost any mainstream fried chicken restaurant without hesitation. They are the Tim Duncan of fried chicken conversation. So look, so I wake up at like 4:30 in the morning yesterday, like last night, this morning, whatever. And I see that and I'm like, damn, I want some damn chicken wings, man. I couldn't really go back to sleep. I was fucking hungry, man. I was like, I had an early dinner last night, didn't eat much. I was like, thanks, man. Now I want fucking Chinese chicken wings at 4:30 in the morning. You ain't getting that shit, man.
Chinese chicken wings are the fucking truth, man. I don't know what, yo, man. Out here, I don't know if they still do. They do them like they do it in Long Island, Will? Where you at?
Hell yeah.
Bro. Chinese chicken wings from Long Island go hard as fuck.
Yep.
Yo, whenever I think of Chinese chicken wings, it immediately brings me back to Rush Hour 2 when Chris Tucker's walking through Chinatown. The lady tries to sell him the chicken. Yeah. She flips it over and she blows in its ass.
Hell yeah.
Classic.
Bear said Chinese wings always hit.
Yo, what are you even doing awake right now?
He's always watching, bro. Hey, but Ben, did you want to say anything about the Jiri fight?
Yeah, so Glover's first title defense is official. It's gonna be against Jiri Prochazka, and it's gonna be at UFC 274 tentatively, which is May 7th. There's only one other fight announced for that card, and it's Macy Chiasson versus Norma Dumont.
Gilbert also had Francis Ngannou winning that fight. I'm gonna just throw that out there for him.
I don't know. Escobar Barker.
He's biased because he's French as well.
Escobar Barker.
Escobar Barker is watching on YouTube. He said Vay Rent. I don't know.
What?
You know, one of your friends, Nico?
I don't have a clue who that is. I have no friends on YouTube, Will. You have the following on YouTube, not me.
I have no following on YouTube, man. Nobody even watches our damn show. It's fucked up. I can get people to watch like fucking video, like highlight videos, but not our show. But Ben, that you can go ahead and roll right into fight night in May 14th.
Yeah, so they announced a couple pretty big female fights.
Wild against my own people.
Because I said that he went with Francis, even though he's French. But Francis French too, right? Well, no, he African, but
he's African, yeah.
Come on. He trained in France, right?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
May 14th is my birthday, by the way.
That's a fact, right, Will?
We'll throw that out.
Yeah. It was in France that he was training, yep. But go ahead, Ben. We're listening. Sorry about that, man.
Oh, you're good. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they announced the two women's fights. It was going to be Vivian Arujau and Andrea KGB Lee, and Misha Tate and Lauren
Murphy.
Lauren Murphy.
The title shot.
Huh?
The one that just lost her title shot to
the one that just lost her title shot. It's dropped down in weight for Misha Tate, correct?
Yep, 125 for both.
It's going to be her debut at 125, and she's getting the main event, I believe. So here we go, Misha. Let's see what's up. I mean, I feel like if Misha drops down, doesn't do well here, there's no other place to go other than probably,
There's no path if she loses this fight.
Yeah, if she loses this fight, I don't see any point in going back up, unless you got one more fight that you can like sell. Like maybe if Amanda Nunes loses her second fight,
you can sell Holly.
Holly would be another one.
Yeah.
If you're Misha and you lose here and dropping down, then I guess the only thing you do now is search for a big money fight.
Yeah, you only got the legacy fights after this if she loses.
Hey, Ben, do you think that if she wins this fight, she gets a title shot with Murphy being, number 2 in the division?
God, I would like to see her win 2 in a row because, I mean, if you're going to go get murdered by Valentina, you should probably have a couple fights under your belt first. But Man, most likely, if she beats Lauren Murphy based off where Murphy's position is in the division and Miesha Tate being who she is, she'd get that title fight next for sure.
Do you think that the Vivienne and Andrea KGB Lee fight is basically like a backup in case Miesha does lose?
There's no way that it's not a backup. That's exactly what it's for, so that they have another winner just in case Lauren Murphy wins this fight.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to see where you were at with that. Nico, you agree with that?
Yes.
BC's just worried about his birthday. He said, "Fuck the women's fight."
I think they're mostly hoping that Tate will win and Viviane will win. Honestly, I think that would open up that top part of the division a little bit more.
Yeah.
But because I don't think KGB is like gonna. I mean, I don't see her as a future champion. But.
Right, but she has won 2 in a row. So if she was to beat Vivienne, I think that she'd have a legitimate stake. Say, hey, I could fight for the title. She's not going to win. I think she would just get battered. But at least it's a warm body for Valentina to slap around. On the way to her GOAT status. So the next thing I want to talk about is BKFC. There's a card this weekend. Not a great card. I am looking forward to the co-main event, Alan Belcher versus Bobo O'Bannon. That'll be pretty cool. I don't know much about Chris Sorrow, but Quentin Henry, he's pretty fucking awesome. That's the dude that comes out to like Hulk Hogan's theme song, I think it is, Real American.
We had some fun with Quentin Henry on Facebook today, actually.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah, there was a big thread going on this BKFC post, and it was basically, remember those Chuck Norris jokes from back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was us cutting Chuck Norris jokes, but we replaced Chuck Norris's name with Quentin Henry.
Nice.
And it was so good that even Quentin Henry's mom was like in this chat, like liking people's comments and like commenting back and shit. And that's Quentin Henry came through and like thanked everybody for their support and shit. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Quentin Henry is the man, dude.
He is.
He's a man.
Yep. Only fight I've seen him lose was, I think, against Lieben. And he just tried to stand there and bang it out with Lieben right there in the pocket, which was a bad idea.
Always.
I mean, we've seen a lot of people get put to sleep that way, Vanderlei Silva included. But since that fight, he's looked a lot better also. And then the other thing is that they have like the 3 main fights for 4 main fights for Bare Knuckle Mania, which is their biggest card of the year. Mike Perry versus Julian Lane. Let me bang, bro. Britton Hart versus Christine Faria. Luis Palomino versus Martin Brown, and Chad Mendez versus Fames. I don't even know who this Fames dude is, but apparently he kind of sucks. I think they're basically just giving Chad Mendez an easy fight, from what I could tell. But that'll be pretty cool. Just and I think that is in March, right? February 19th. So it's about a month away. That'll be pretty cool. So let's see. BC, did you Ben, Nico, you guys have some updates on WWE? Don't give any spoilers for tonight, but besides whatever has been happening tonight, what you guys got for me?
So let's see. Like the internet has rumbled a little bit lately because Vince Russo came out on a podcast either today or last night, and he basically shit all over Big E. Because there was some people that were saying like, oh, Big E could win the Rumble. And Vince Russo basically said, like, why would you do that? Like, you already fucking botched the title run and it fell flat. Like, there's no point in giving this guy another shot, basically, is what Vince Russo said. I mean, we all know how awesome Vince Russo is for his fucking storylines and great fucking booking. So, I mean, take that for what you will. The guy's a butthole. But, another thing is there was a backstage reporter who said that there's like they didn't mention if it was male or female, but there's like a guaranteed comeback for the Rumble coming. The rumor's Ronda Rousey, but we'll see. Because I think if Ronda Rousey is the comeback, she'll win the Rumble. But I'm holding out hope that this Bray Wyatt shit was a swerve the whole time and he comes back for the Rumble.
I would love that.
Please.
I mean,
like he comes back as this whatever a Wyndham, like ditch fucking everything, ditch it all, and have him come back as this Wyndham, like what I mean? Because he changed his name on fucking Twitter, but he hasn't gotten rid of the WWE part. His 90-day release clause thing is over. He's filming a movie that nobody. He's filming a movie that nobody like knows anything about. Come on, man.
He hasn't wrestled at all.
Right, give us what we want.
Do not diss the Fiend.
I wouldn't, but I mean, I would just be happy to see him back.
I just mean like he changed his name, so like I just felt like that maybe they were trying. That's why they've kept him away so long. It's because they're trying to like.
Been on Twitter as Wyndham though.
Huh?
He's always been on Twitter as Wyndham, even as the Fiend and Bray Wyatt and all that. He's always been on Twitter as Wyndham. So I just
figured they were trying to because he was in different gear and shit. I just want him to come back. I just want this to be a fucking. I want that.
The three faces of Foley though, like don't get rid of the characters that we already know. Run it
right. That'd be cool.
Foley.
If he's in the Royal Rumble, he can't just come back with a new gimmick out the Rumble. That'll kill the nostalgia.
Bro, honestly, maybe because he hasn't been here, they shouldn't do it. But have they ever done Mick Foley returning 3 times in the Rumble?
In the Rumble, yeah, he did that. Like in 99, maybe?
Do it.
98, yeah.
98, yeah. Hey,
I would love it.
This is the
that
thing,
would be
though.
wild,
I don't believe it's Ronda, Ben, only because you have 3 major women stars that are ready for their return. You got Asuka, you got Bayley, and you got Alexa Bliss. And then I think that what's his name? Drew has to be ready to come back at some point soon, right? Could be Drew coming back, and they're just trying to like stir the pot a little bit. I mean, that's four stars, superstars. You know what I mean? That can come back right there.
I mean, I wouldn't say Drew McIntyre, who's been out for 2 weeks, as a major return for.
He's been out like a month and a half. I mean, no,
I don't think it's a major.
No, he went out at whenever the last pay-per-view was. That was only like 2 weeks ago, right?
I don't even know, man.
All this shit blends together anyway.
But he's taken out by Baron Corbin. So he gets to come back and win the Rumble after his last beef was with Madcap and fucking Baron.
Right, putting on like a 12-minute fucking pay-per-view match with Madcap.
That's not the move. Maybe he comes back and gets Baron out and then he gets screwed over. But that would be the only way his return goes here.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they possibly swerve everyone and have no fucking surprise entrance? And it's just
no.
They gotta have a little something, but
they always do. Watch it be fucking. But here comes Batista again. You know what I want. You know what I want.
Nah, man, we're rocking with Brock. Somebody like Brock, Biggie, or Bray with the crazy fucking return. They gotta go big, man. Especially
Bray is the favorite. I mean, Brock is the favorite.
Being in Texas.
Yeah.
Like they gotta go big with who wins this Rumble.
Undertaker, dude.
Brock is the favorite right now to win the Rumble, and he hasn't even announced himself in it. Like I said, I mean, we've been talking about it for weeks. I think that he's going to retain and win the Rumble so that he can wrestle Roman at WrestleMania. I think that's the smartest idea.
I like that as well. That's an ending I'm okay with, but it has to be a big ending with a big payoff.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I was thinking about it earlier. You know what would be kind of cool, man, is you know how Alexa does like her little like mind games like Bray does?
Yeah.
It would be fucking awesome if she like comes back and you see her backstage and she convinces Nikki Cross to switch numbers with her because you know how she always had that holdover and she's like coming in at number like 29 now. That would be fucking good, man.
That would be fire.
I think either her, Asuka, or Charlotte will win the Rumble.
Okay,
Bianca is the favorite.
We don't have a lot of time because the Rumble is on Saturday, right?
Yeah. But we'll do the whole thing on Wednesday.
They've announced 22 of 30 entrants for the men's Rumble as of today.
Okay.
So that's 8 people they haven't mentioned.
Is Brock in it or no?
No.
Okay.
It's actually like if I were to actually read you the list of guys, you'd be like, holy shit. Yeah. It's very underwhelming, honestly.
Ooh, a Ronda Rousey return?
And then if you look at the females, 21 of 30. And if you really look at the females, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I like that actually. A Ronda Rousey return.
I mean, the female Rumble, believe it or not, is loaded compared to the men's.
Right. Hey, look.
In the female Rumble, you've got Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH. Say what you will, she's a former champion. You got
Bianca,
Carmella, Queen Zelina, Charlotte,
Naomi.
Shayna Baszler, Mickie James. I mean, not that Mickey's going to win, but that's a big name. Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan. So you've got a lot of girls that legitimately have a chance to win this.
What did I tell you guys? They invited the Iconics, and the Iconics turned them down.
Wow.
Yeah, they invited a couple other TN or Impact people that said no, thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude. So you got the men's Rumble. You got. I'm just going to read them to you. Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, Otis, Chad Gable, Riddle, Randy Orton, Omos, and Kevin Owens. Those guys have been announced in the last week or two. Out of all those guys, you've got 2 names that could potentially win that in Owens and Orton. That's it. The rest of those guys don't have a chance, if you ask me. Yep. And then you got Kofi Kingston, Sami Zayn, Madcap, Happy Corbin, Big E, AJ Styles, Damian Priest, Sheamus, Johnny Knoxville. I mean, the names aren't impressive. And then you got Austin Theory, the Street Profits, and the Mysterios.
Austin's up there.
It's a pretty lame Rumble though so far. I totally agree.
Those 8 mysteries have got to be.
Yep.
Come on. Don't forget about
return. That's what I want now.
What'd you say, BC?
Don't forget about NXT call-ups.
Yeah, there might be
the rumor is Pete Dunne and Tommaso Ciampa.
Okay.
They've been backstage at Raw, and they were the main event the other night.
Right. I got you. Hey, I totally am drawing a blank now. Oh, the one thing I wanted to say is it's cool that the events are on Saturday now, only because you get SmackDown, and then the next night is the Royal Rumble. That's pretty cool, man. You know something crazy is going to happen on SmackDown.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes it more anticipation for SmackDown. BC, what's going on in AEW, bro?
Wednesday night, Mox returned.
Nice.
What?
Mox returned Wednesday night from his time off for the drinking problem.
Mm-hmm.
He looks good. His hair even grew back.
Nice.
He looks healthy. He looks good. He's ready to go. He kind of kicked one of the fans out of the arena. Told him to go fuck himself. Pure Mox.
Not kinda. They banned him for life.
Well, then you got they're kind of going all in with the couple thing with Adam Cole and Britt Baker. I'm here for that.
Nice.
CM Punk squashed Shawn Spears. That was pretty whatever. Cody addressed his situation with his contract. Kind of cut a pretty scathing promo, and even talked about the name change for Walter.
Oh yeah, I saw about that.
But then Moxley actually got in the ring Friday night at Rampage. He had a match against Ethan Page.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for the title?
No, Ethan Page, not Adam. That's Adam Page.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, Hangman Adam Page. But that was pretty good. It was like a 15-minute bout, and I mean, Mox ended up pulling off that win. Then my girl Jade, shout out to Jade. Got to shout her out every time I get. Jade had a good match against Anna Jay. She, kind of a regular Jade type match. Went out there, it was a powerhouse. She got out, she did some flexing. She flexed in front of John Silver, and John Silver flexed back because he's a troll.
Hey, what music did he come out to?
Who?
Moxley. Did he come out to Wild Thing again? Is he back with that? Or did he switch it up?
I don't know. I hated that. I really hated that.
Me too.
After the very first time, I hated it.
Yeah, me too. The worst.
I don't know what he came out to, though.
I gotcha.
Hook killed him, man.
They're pushing that dude for hard, man. I like him.
He's over.
He choked out Serpentico, and he walked to the back, and when he got to the back, QT Marshall interrupted him, and he put QT Marshall in a Northern Light suplex and just walked away.
It's so dope that he comes out to Action Bronson.
Facts. I like his attire. He kind of reminds me of freaking Sagat with hair.
Facts.
And also, the last thing that happened was after Mox's match, Mox walked to the back, and who was there to meet him? Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson. They're kind of teasing that. That was the way it went off air.
Nice.
Okay. I like that match. Ben, you look like you wanted to say something about Hook. What's up, man?
I don't get it, but whatever.
I think
when you're over, you're over, man. When you're over, you're over. That's all you can really say.
Yeah, but it's like Nico said earlier, his opinion's his opinion, and I just don't. He does nothing for me. Like he looks like a 12-year-old boy wearing fucking his daddy's boxing shorts.
I respect it. Also, there was Nick Jackson versus Trent Beretta. I know he just goes by Trent now, but it'll always be Trent Beretta to me. That was a pretty good match. Trent ended up winning that one.
Okay. I like Trent quite a bit.
I was gonna say, Ben, I think that the appeal for Hook is that he actually looks like he's fighting and he's not doing a bunch of flying and shit, just like Taz used to be, just like William Regal. You know,
if we're being honest, the appeal for a lot of people is that he's Taz's boy. He's a handsome, good-looking kid, so the girls are into him. He looks like he's young, so the kids are into him.
Right, like, exactly. That's part of that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, they're building him with squash matches. You know, like it's the way to do it, but like I just don't get it. It's not my thing. It's not, and not everything's for everybody in wrestling. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm actually kind of not that I'm like super big fan of Lance Archer, but he seems to be the next guy in line for Adam Page.
Okay.
I know exactly what Ben means because everybody hated Alex Riley, but I loved him.
I fucking loved Alex Riley, bro.
Oh God.
I brought up the Cody thing, right?
Yeah,
now that we're kind of on the topic of that.
Yeah.
Cody said Cody kind of referenced Brody King coming over.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, that guy's got some balls on him to come here with the name that he has. And he was like, let's see what little Brody has to say about that in about 18 years. He was talking about -1. -1.
Oh man, that's another thing that just that makes me super uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
The stuff they do with Brody Lee's kid all the time. It's just like, man.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like never letting that kid forget his dad dying constantly, all the time, nonstop.
He's not going to be able to forget it. He's dead.
Well, I mean, that's not, you know what I mean, bro. I mean, like, come on.
I feel like they're honoring him. They're just honoring him.
Again, it's just not every flavor ice cream for everyone.
It depends on how he felt, but if he told his dad he wanted to be a wrestler his whole life and they're trying to make that happen, that's different.
Brandon, let me ask you a question while we're on the topic of second generation. Do you think I don't even know why that just came back up. Do you think that oh geez, come on. All right, do you think that Brian Pillman Jr. is going to end up being a big star, or do you think he's just going to kind of settle in as a mid-carder like he's been so far?
Unless something drastic happens, he's probably going to be a mid-carder because they got a lot of talent over there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A lot of bigger names for now, like in the future, but how far in the future though?
Yeah, I got you. You think he's talented enough to be a main event player?
Everybody that's talented is going to get better at some point, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, he's got years to grow and get better. He could. He's got the name. That works. That's what they're running with.
Yeah, but he's a way better wrestler than his last name gives him credit for. I've been watching Brian Pillman Jr. since before he went to AEW. He's wrestled at a few local shows around here. And the Varsity Blondes are a great fucking tag team. And what they're doing to them right now is a discredit to them. And it's unfortunate that they're kind of using Malachi Black and Brody King to like do that to these guys because they both deserve better than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was there, Malachi beat Griff and then kicked Brian in the head and pretty much.
Well, now like Brian Pillman's thing is like he's nervous to do his high flying shit, and it just I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right. Yeah. Anybody else have anything they want to say? One thing I just wanted to say real quick was, you know what, Neko? I don't like your attitude. Just want to make sure I got that in.
Do you have these for everybody or specifically by name?
Just for you, because everybody else has a good attitude every time.
Well, I was gonna sit up here and say I'm sorry for coming in hot, but now I'm not.
You don't have to apologize. Come on, man.
Total fucking bullshit. Francis didn't do a goddamn thing in the film.
You know what, Neko? I don't like your attitude. Pretty much.
Fuck it.
I'm glad he don't got those narc glasses on saying my name.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So anyway, you guys have anything else you want to say? Neko, you're being real quiet, man. Okay. Ben, how about you, man? Ben, you have anything you want to talk about?
Neko, did you mute Neko or is he muted himself?
No, he's muted.
Right on.
I just want to give everybody a chance to talk. I don't think Neko's going to give anybody a chance.
I sound like I'm being a hater on AEW, and I don't want it to sound like that. I like a lot of things that they're doing, and there's just some stuff that I haven't gotten behind, and maybe it's because I haven't watched enough of it to like get behind it on the way I should. I should give it more of a fair shake than I have, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. I think Bear thought it was fire that I muted Neko. BC, what you got, bro?
Nah, that shit was hilarious. You're a fucking savage for that. I'm glad we finally got to my fucking notes, man. I got 30 pages of rhymes in this motherfucker, man.
That's what's up, man.
The upper room.
Other than that, nah, we good, bro. We good. I see y'all in a couple of days.
That's what's up. Neko, you got anything else to say, bro?
Ben and BC, you're both ugly still this week. Brandon, I'm glad you could stay awake for the episode. Will, you ain't shit.
You wasn't even here. You can't even say that.
Right, Francis Ngannou ain't shit. He ain't win that 5th round. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no need to adjust your screen. It's not Bruce Buffer, but you've been here live with TFG, episode 92. Every episode I'm coming in hot the same fucking way. Fuck all y'all. I'm out. Peace.